G'day everyone's SDS SuperCoach providing SuperCoach content for you. I'm here to present my favourite 30 rookies in SuperCoach in 2024. And just one thing before I wanted to start. Also, we're trying to hit 1,000 subs before round 1 2024. I'd really appreciate it if you guys can like and subscribe here. So look, I just want to really quickly talk on the real SuperCoach beef going on right now that's been happening over the past week in Twitter and that sort of thing, purely due to the 40 trades. And now, who can we blame here? Peter V'landys, because, and it is Peter V'landys, because if the NRL weren't going to Vegas, this opening round situation wouldn't have happened, that sort of thing. Look, personally, I disagree with the 40 trades. I can sort of understand this season. But this is sort of what Shorty said. It's more about if we can get back to lowering the trades, because I don't look, that's the problem though. Are they if the next season's totally normal, are we going to stick with 40 trades or not? Anyway, just with the SuperCoach beef, real quick. Lots been going on. I haven't been getting involved because I don't really get involved in that sort of drama or whatnot. But I just want to say the personal attacks are shithouse, and anyone laying out personal attacks, I know Damo got it, Abdul got it, that sort of thing. A lot of crap. The SuperCoach community, until last week, has easily been just the most positive, the most loving community to be a part of. But we've got to stamp this out because this isn't what the SuperCoach community is. And personal attacks are crap over a fantasy game. Personal attacks in general are just crap, but especially over a fantasy game that we play for free here. So let's just clear that up. Anyway, let's get involved into the video so I can keep that viewer attention. All right, so Nick Caulfield is the first rookie here. So these are my 30 favourite rookies. So eight in the back line, 11 in the midfield, 3 in the ruck, 8 in the forward. So I'm just naming my favorites. So if you're tossing up between, I know it's only January, but as of right now, these are my favorite rookies that you guys should be considering in your SuperCoach team. So I've got Nick Caulfield here, 123K. I mean, I feel like he's just one of those blokes you can easily lock in on field if he does get a game. I think it's pretty simple as that. It came from St Kilda, former top 10 pick, that sort of thing. So he's probably the number one rookie as a defender that you could put on field if he does play. Second up, we got Daniel Curtin. But the only issue he had over the preseason was a little knee issue, but he seems to be all good with that. But I think at 175K, he's probably really handy to have in the midfield. I'm putting the rookies in their actual position: a defender, midfielder, blah, blah, blah. So, but I do think Daniel Curtin, if you wanted to start Nick Dacos and you have Daniel Curtin here, and let's say you had a name on or a Nick Martin, who's going to eventually get defensive status in the from the midfield to defense, then I think for the time being, having Curtin in the midfield and then Dacos down back, or it could be the other way around. I think that's perfectly fine there with Curtin. Super talented player. Adelaide traded up for him. They traded next year's first rounder as well. And now Josh Gibcus hasn't had any issues with his hamstring over the off-season as of yet. And 150,000, he's actually cheaper than what he was at his rookie season. I think it was pick 7 for the Tigers. Didn't play at all last year. Certainly one of their better key defenders already. So I think, yeah, he's... I guess after each play, I'll say, would you rather bench or field or stay or be on the fence here? Because it could go either way. So Caulfield, you can field. Field. Anyway, Daniel Curtin, I'm on the fence with this one. This could be key defensive, bang average scoring, or it could be really good because he has got a lot of versatility to move in different positions on the ground. Josh Gibcus, I'm a little bit on the fence because we don't know how he's going to come back from that hamstring issue that he missed the entirety of the season for. But when he was in his first season, he was actually a pretty decent cash cow. So I'm on the fence with this one as well. Toby Pink from North Melbourne. They picked him up as a mature age player out of the Sandful. And he looks like just about a lock to be in North Melbourne's side already. So is he a fieldable option? I would say no. I'm not going to be on the fence either. I think we don't really know what to expect from this bloke. I would trust Curtin and Gibcus more. And I think Pink can be a D8 and probably easily make you 150K, to be honest. And by the way, we have some really good defensive. Like at the minute, I've only got 2 defensive premiums just because of the amount of value we have in defense here. Marty Hall from the D's, I've got here. He's another one you could put on field if he does get named. I believe he should be replacing Michael Hibbard in the best 23. So I think you can chuck him in and be pretty confident because he has had good scoring history in the past. Mature age player. He, to be honest, out of all the rookies here, he could probably be the best scorer out of them all. I think Caulfield's more locked in to play each week. Marty, it's a little bit more up in the air because Melbourne are a better side, so there's more positions up for. There's more positions locked in defence compared to the Dogs there. We're going to go with Zach Reid, who I'd love to get in my Supercoach team, but I just can't quite fit him in. 123,900. He seems to be all good this preseason. Top draft pick, of course. He seems to be really impressive over the preseason, so I'd really keep an eye on him. He's probably one I'd put on the bench because he's another one similar to Pink, just because we haven't seen that consistent scoring. Curtin, it's a bit different because there's more versatility in him. Zach Reid, key defender. We don't really know what he's all about when it comes to scoring, so he's certainly more of a bench option. And then a couple little ones here. Connor O'Sullivan, I think, is making a good name to play round 1 for the Cats. A little bit more expensive, but I do think I think Geelong are really good when it comes to developing players. And if he gets a game round 1, I don't think we can fit him in actually, but it wouldn't surprise me if he's actually a good rookie for us. And a bit of a rogue one I'm going to go with Tom Cleary from the Power, training on the wing, 145K, has the good buy. You never know. He's probably one I'd put on the bench as well. So there you go. Those are the defenders. Colby McKercher is the pretty obvious one here in midfield for North Melbourne. Disclaimer, these midfielders are going to be purely midfield. So just keep that in mind. So we're going to have, I've already explained it. Colby McKercher, easily a field. We'll get to another bloke later. And also, I didn't clarify in my opinion, like what is a rookie price? Now, everyone has a different opinion, of course, but my opinion, it's the number 1 draft pick's price and below. So Harley Reid's price and below, I would classify as a rookie in my book. So I guess we can quickly talk about these two as well. So Reid and McKercher, both training off the half back line, both really good. McKercher's a better accumulator. Harley Reid's more of a damaging player. It wouldn't really surprise me if Harley Reid was actually a keeper in the forward line, as crazy as that is to say, but it's pretty obvious that he had to be here. Who do I think will be the better rookie out of these two? I think McKercher will, just because I think he's more known to be a better ball user and an accumulator than Harley Reid. But Harley Reid, I think, is more likely to be a keeper in Supercoach just due to how bad the forward line is for this season. But McKercher's obviously a really good option. These two should be locked and loaded in your team. If they aren't, you're bloody crazy. So get these two in. Both of these two blokes are going to be absolutely amazing for us in Supercoach. The next one's going to be Riley Sanders from the Dogs. No Bailey Smith for this year. I would field this bloke. I think he's going to have a decent enough role. I think I've seen enough in the highlights to go, this bloke's a player. This bloke's going to be a really good footy player, and I really do rate him. So hopefully Bevo actually gives him the correct role. I believe he's too talented to not get. I believe he's too talented to miss out on a good role, personally. So definitely Riley Sanders. I'd be getting into your side as well. Like I think most of the cookie cutter sides, and that's including me, have him as our M8, and I have no issue with that. Jeremy Sharp. Now, this bloke, I mean, if you wanted to run Riley Sanders, so McKirch at M6, Riley Sanders M7, Jeremy Sharp M8, I wouldn't have any issue because I think Jeremy Sharp is also a fieldable rookie in Supercoach. So I wouldn't have any complaints with people if they want to go one less premium in the midfield or one less of these really weird mid-price blokes that could get defensive status, that sort of thing. Because I think he's going to be a perfectly fine scorer. He's got history in the past of being a very solid cash cow and scorer at a new club, and he is impressing a lot in pre-season. Jai Clark, this one's hard to gauge because I think for me, like Geelong's one of the hardest teams to get information out of, probably because they're based in Geelong, where all the journalists are going to be hanging around Melbourne and the 8 Melbourne clubs. That's where you get a lot of your information from. Geelong, it's a lot harder. It's like trying to get blood out of a stone, getting any sort of information from Geelong. So it's a bit hard, but I to be honest, like he's very popular, Jai Clark. I honestly don't know how he's going because it's so hard to get information out of Geelong. I just know a lot of people are picking him. And look, fair enough. Is he a bloke you could put on field? I'm going to sit on the fence with this one. This could go either way. Like we haven't seen too much evidence about his role, his scoring history, that sort of thing, compared to like a Jeremy Sharp, who I prefer on field. I'm going to throw Clay Hall in there from the Eagles. He's probably one of the only blokes at West Coast that isn't currently injured. He's been training in the midfield, been impressing from what it seems. And this has got a lot more water to go under the bridge here. I'm probably going to sit on the fence. He could be a good scorer, but it's really hard to tell. Like we're probably starting to get to the blokes that we just don't really know enough of. Jackson Binns, another bloke. I don't really know how he's getting on in pre-season, but in the VFL last season, he was super impressive, and I was pretty happy that he didn't get a game last season because we've now got him as a rookie option here at this price. I think he'll get a lot more opportunity at Carlton this season, so watch out on him. Similar to Clay Hall, I'll sit on the fence with this one. Caleb Windsor from the D's. Now, the only reason I'm chucking him in here, he was a mid-forward, whatever. The only reason I'm putting him in here because I think I saw in the latest match sim notes that he was training on the wing, but also moving up into stoppages, which makes him a little bit more interesting, but it's all about the job security. And first year winger, it's a bit inconsistent. I'd probably prefer him on the bench. That's a lot of money to put on your bench as a rookie. So, I mean, he could be good, though. He could be good. There might be the game or two where he goes 80 or 90. I think that's how it's going to go. Also, Melbourne's midfield is pretty depleted, so maybe he might get a run in there. You never know. Matty Roberts, I think, is flying under the radar as a Supercoach rookie. Probably because of that price. 156K. If he was bargain basement, I think he'd just be 50% owned because the Sandful stats before he got drafted were insane. Really good accumulator, playing on the wing, but could have a consistent role at Sydney on the wing. And I think that's why we picked him last year because he's a good accumulator during the season, but unfortunately got injured against Geelong. I'd probably trust him more than Hall, Windsor, and Binns. I would lean more towards you could put him on field if you want. Dominic Bedendo, I don't have too much on him, but apparently he's impressing a fair bit at the Dogs in pre-season, and he could be one of those Anthony Scott, Lockie McNeil, random pickup sort of type of blokes, Caleb Poulter. He's certainly one more for the bench, though, because it's not fully clear about... I think he's training as a winger, to my knowledge, so never know, could get a run there. This one's, I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to pronounce this. How can I pronounce this? Kane McAuliffe. We'll call him that. Richmond fans, let me know how on earth you pronounce that. But I was scrolling through Richmond Twitter over the past few days, and apparently they've, from training highlights and team simulations, that sort of thing, I'm hearing a lot of good things about this kid. He's a tall midfielder, recently got drafted, pick in the 40s. And due to the lack of real stock at Richmond's midfield, maybe he's one to keep an eye on at 117,000. Due to the unknown, I'd probably go more of a bench for him there. And from the draft reports, not quite the accumulator Clay Hall was. So I think, yeah, I'll chuck him on the bench if you want to pick him. And then Josh Sin, the most recent training report was he was in the match simulation. He was trialing off the half back. So hopefully he can finally start getting some games, because I do think we have a good rookie in this kid. Just more about getting more exposure. Right, we'll move into the rucks. We've got Toby Conway from the Cats. If they finally move on from Reece Stanley, then it might be time to unleash Toby Conway. It's a lot of money to pay for an R3, but as long as we got a cheap playing R3, I think that's really all what matters here. So 180,000 for the Cats. Showed some good signs. I think he's ready to explode as being a good young ruck of the competition, so one to keep an eye on. Jordan Sweet. So Port Adelaide's recent training match sim have come out today saying that Jordan Sweet's actually the favourable number one ruck at the minute. So that's really promising, because I believe he is very talented as a ruckman, but it's just more about getting the opportunity. I was worried that Soldo was going to kill it. It's still very early days, but he seems to be in front at the minute. Soldo, I think, missed out on the match sim, and also they're trying him a little bit forward. Maybe that's due to Charlie Dixon slowing down. I'm not 100% sure. I probably, for all these blokes, by the way, I wouldn't field. Oh yeah, I forgot to say with Josh Sin. No, I wouldn't field. There's still a few too many bad scores for my liking from the past couple of years. Jordan Sweet, yeah. So for all these rucks, I wouldn't put on field unless you need to with the buy and whatnot. Sam Naismith, that's just in case if Toby Nankervis gets hurt. It's really slim pickings in the ruck line for value picks, because it's so early. It's so hard to tell this early. All right, we'll move into the forward line. We'll wrap this up. Sean Manor, this bloke is 100% a bloke you can field on field. 57% owned, as he should. 26-year-old from Werribee in the VFL, kicked 6 goals, 27 touches. You already know the whole gist about this bloke. He's ready to go straight away for the Cats. Feels like something that they've been. A lot of people saying Geelong might go down. I feel like they've recruited to stay roughly the same as where they are. I think the exposure of the new kids will mix in with the older blokes slowing down a bit. So, look, I think Manor could play a big role for the Cats in a potential finals charge. We'll have to wait and see. Darcy Wilson, impressive. He's impressive. I've forgotten English. He's massively impressed for the Saints. At the minute, just due to his running capacity, being on a wing. So just keep an eye on him. If he gets a game round one, I think he could be better already than Ryan Burns. I don't rate Ryan Burns. I think they're better off giving this kid a crack, who might be similar to like an Ollie Hollands type right now in the AFL. So I'd give him a crack. I wouldn't field him though as a winger. Finlay McRae at the Pies. He's getting a lot of exposure as of late now with Collingwood. Just more about if he's going to get a good role here, or are they going to chuck him half forward or whatever. It all depends on round 0 with this one. If they're going to play him inside midfield, the reigning premier is going to play Finlay McRae inside midfield, then yeah, just jump on it and put him on field, put him up at F6 and just worry about and just lock that in, because so yeah, this one's a bit more dependent. I'll sit on the fence with this one for now, but this could change as we hear more reports during the off season. I've got Nate. No, I'm not going to put Nate Caddy here. I was going to be pretty controversial and not include Zane Dersma. I'll speak on the end why I'm not including Nick Watson. But Zane Dersma, I think Caddy's super impressive. I could go either way here. Is there someone in here that I'm not too sure on? Look, I'll talk about both these blokes. So Nate Caddy, top 10 pick for the Bombers. it looks like he's ready to go round one straight away. Whether he's fully ready for AFL football, that's another question, but it looks like he's ready to play. Could be that third tall for Essendon. I think he's super talented. It's just more dependent on whether Essendon are actually going to be good at developing their players. That's just really going to be the main thing. But look, by the way, don't field caddy. Dersman's role is a bit meh, like a bottom two side, playing half forward. There's inconsistencies in his scoring before heading into the draft. I just don't know. I don't love the pick personally, and I think personally in that role I would bench him. But that's far too expensive of a rookie to be benching here. So I don't know. I'm not in love with it. So I'm going to put Nate Caddy back because I don't rate Zane Dersma as a rookie. I could be very wrong, but unless his role changes, I'll stand by this. I'll quickly talk about Nick Watson. I'm not actually adding him to this because small forward, you know the drill. He's going to play small forward in a likely bottom six side. I'm not a fan. Pass for me. I think he's pretty high ownership as well. I think it's something like 28% or something. Same with Dersma. Actually, we can just check here. 45% for Dersma. You're crazy. And Watson's 28. That's madness. Yeah, small forward for a bottom six side, very likely. Not for me. Very inconsistent scoring. And yeah, look, I really rate Nick Watson as an AFL as a potential prospect for the Hawks. As a Hawk supporter, I am. Just don't think he's a super coach pick for me. We're going to go with Aaron Cadman instead, who's going to be a key forward for a potential premiership winning side, who I much prefer for 60k cheaper. He's really bulked up over the preseason. And yeah, look, I'm really excited to see what he has to offer. Obviously, he's a key forward. It's going to take a bit of time to develop into an actual gun, and I do believe he's going to turn into an absolute superstar. I think the Giants have got a ripper in him. I just see it with him. Will this be the breakout year? I'm not too sure, but you never know. So I think he's better pick than Nick Watson and Zane Dersma, personally. Save a bit of coin. Cooper Simpson. Just hearing a lot of reports with Freo over the past few days about how he's being he's massively impressed for the Dockers in pre-season. So I'd keep a massive eye on him. Freo obviously have the good buy as well. So he could be a bloke ready to go round one for the Dockers here. So massive watch on him. Oh, I forgot to mention Dersma I wouldn't field. Nick Watson I wouldn't field. Cadman I still wouldn't field. And Simpson, look, I'd prefer to field Simpson from the sounds of it over the blokes like Cadman, Watson, Dersma, Caddy, that sort of thing. So, and I'm going to shout out my mate Zach because he did say to me that Bailey Laurie is going to get more of a run for this season. So I've chucked him in, going to play as a half forward for the Ds. You never know. So I'd keep a watch on him. I think he's in his third or fourth season as an AFL player. So massive watch on him and see how he goes. And I wouldn't field him. And yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Yeah, I really appreciate all the support you guys give me. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great night, guys. Bye.